Part of that 4x1 team. That was only a few short years ago.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So much can happen between 2014 and obviously now. But here's your start list for the women's 800 metres. This is the one Tamsin's been looking forward to. Lillian Price on the inside, Abigail Regan, Laura Story, Georgia Griffith, Abby Delamotte, Annalise Ruby, Alicia Kerr, and Zoe Buckman. Good field here for this women's 8.
Oh, it's a wide open field, to be honest.
It really is. All the way through, from lane 2 all the way through to 9. Anyone's race,
None of these athletes have won a national title in this distance. Obviously, Annalise Ruby's won a 400-metre title back in 2015. Not sure if Zoe might have won an 800-metre title. She's got the fastest in the field. She has a sub 201 to her name.
If you look through this, it's interesting. You see Buckman's obviously, say your 1500 runner coming down. Ruby 400 going up. Abby Delamotte was a former 400 runner going up. Laura Story, former 4 hurdler, coming up to the 800. All these athletes,
Alicia Keir as
they
well.
haven't been 800 runners their whole careers.
Girls spending a lot of time out in the rain at the moment. Not sure if I'd be enjoying that.
No, because we're sitting up here. Actually, we're getting a little cold. I'm going to have to bring out the tracky dack soon, I reckon.
Yep. Yeah, the leg warmers on.
Yep. I couldn't imagine being down there right now
leg warmers
with the
today,
tracksuits off.
Fashion do.
Yeah, massive fashion do. A fashion must-have.
So from the inside in the 2, Price, Reagan, Story, Griffith, Delamotte, Ruby, Keir and Buckman. It'll be interesting to see who takes the pace in these first laps. It looks like Lillian Price in lane 2 going for it.
Yeah, she is. She's going to round the bend and take them into the back straight in front. It's interesting because usually, obviously, Laura Story's one to lead from the front. She likes to have her own space and air out the front. But this is different today because obviously we've got their headwinds back and they're fairly strong. So oh, there we go. The brakes have been put on. The pack, no one wants to lead this one currently. It's one of those things where when they come around into this home straight, as we've seen in other races and in the heats, in the men's, it really played havoc with those guys. Anyone who led from the front really struggled on the second lap.
And normally, Buckman does like staying on the rail, being out in front, but currently finding herself just on the outside of lane 2 with Price there. There's Story, Delamotte, Reagan tucked in on the rail as well, Griffith out the back.
You got to wonder, with the pace this slow, is this playing into Ruby's hands, being the 400-metre, former 400-metre specialist?
It could, but she's stuck at the middle of the pack at the moment. A little bit of a box in. Delamotte moves around the outside. They've all got a turn of speed. Georgia Griffith at the moment, right at the tail end of the field, but it's still Price in the lead with Buckman and Story. Story's going to have a bit of trouble trying to get out of this pack here, but now Price has turned it on again.
She has. She's led from start to finish. We'll see how she goes. She's starting to move away from the field a little bit, but obviously these athletes are going to respond. They'll wait for this 200-metre mark, and then they go. As we see there, Laura Story starts to wind the legs up. Buckman with her. Here around the outside comes Georgia Griffiths. Ruby on the inside. These girls are starting to bunch up with 150 to go.
Yeah, 150 to go. Price is still in the lead. What a run for her. She's led this field, but they're spreading out across the field. It's Story, Delamotte and Griffith on the outside. Laura Story's found her way into the lead. Delamotte chasing her down. Ruby's not out of this. Georgia Griffith finding an extra leg. Abby Delamotte's still there, but Laura Story's got a big lead and she's pulling away from the field. It's going to be Laura Story to take out the national title. Ruby finding a bit of lead there to take the second place, but Laura Story, 2:05.58, your unofficial winning time for your 800-metre national champion.
Wow, what a race. What a last 100. Obviously, the race was pretty much down to that last 100, 150. And boy, did Laura Story have a fantastic finish there. She came onto the straight. They were all bunched up, but she's just too strong, too fast, too powerful coming down that last 50. The others just couldn't keep up.
No, and a fast finish from Ruby, just a little bit late, but getting enough to get her the silver medal in the 800, with Georgia Griffiths finishing with the bronze. And brave running there from Lillian Price to take it to these more experienced athletes.
Yeah, and that's the thing with these distance events. With a sprint event, 1, 2, 4, everything's in your own lane, so you can pretty much only affect how you run. When you're in the distance, everyone's in that one lane, so sometimes the way you run or someone else run can affect other athletes in the field.
Yeah, exactly right. It does play into the hands for some of those maybe more experienced athletes, but it's good to see someone like Lillian Price making a first Open National final, just taking it to the field. But Tams has got your top 3 from this women's 800 metres.
Wow, what a race. Laura, obviously you didn't care about the time there today. It was just more about the win.
Yeah, absolutely. Penny said, race plan. I said, win. That's it. That's all I got. I couldn't think any more about that. Just win.
Well, it was actually really rough. It's probably hard for you guys to know exactly what's happened. You'll watch it back. But, I mean, Annie, you got pretty trapped in there at the back end when the kick came, and it's just a learning curve for you in these races.
Yeah, definitely is a learning curve. And, you know, I probably put myself in one of the worst spots to be in at 800. But, you know, I managed to still come out of that, stay patient, and then just kick as much as I could. And it wasn't enough to catch Laura. She finished so strong, so well done. But I came into it wanting to win, but getting a medal would have been just as good. So I'm very happy. And happy birthday to my boyfriend, Lachlan.
Lockie Renshaw, wherever you are, stand up. Happy birthday. Olympian. 2 Olympians. It's brilliant. Georgia Griffiths, 4th at a World Junior Championships, and mixing it with the senior girls. You were probably a little bit at the back there off a slow pace. You had to run very wide around that bend, and I thought you almost had it. Was there a stage there where you thought you were going to chase Laura down?
It always is a bit of a blur, the last 100 of the 8, and I was trying so hard, but my legs had a lot of lactic in them towards the end, so it was good to reach the line.
Well, I'd be a little bit upset if you didn't have any lactic acid in your legs after an 800. It was great to get your first senior open 800 metre medal. Laura and Annie, great race. Go celebrate, ladies. Well done.
Thank you. And apparently I won, so I owe Lindsay Peake an ice cream.
It was a fantastic race. Excitement all round. But we're going to come to you with a little bit of an update from the...